And this is after sitting overnight, too. That's pathetic. Pretty sure there's something wrong with this. And the USB. Or it could just be the, that thing. Check it out. I have a security camera now. This was cast off. Just a little Axis 210 IP camera. It's not permanently mounted or anything like that. My plan actually is probably to put it on the wall somewhere around there, but I haven't really decided yet. I mean, this is actually a pretty good angle. You can see that the light on the top is flashing right now. I've got it configured to flash when somebody's accessing it. It's just the same as the LED on the bottom, the network LED. You can see I've actually got it up over here. So that's about roughly what it sees. It's a fairly low quality camera, but it is a functional camera, and as a security camera, it's ultimately probably not too bad. I don't know why it was thrown away, because there doesn't seem to be anything obviously wrong with it, other than the fact that the housing is cracked. But who knows, maybe it was just replaced with one that was better and newer. But all I had to do was find a power supply. And it just so happens I'd bought a power supply for my tablet and the little Switch 110, and it was not the correct power supply, but it happened to be the correct ratings for this camera, although the tip was too small, so I just had to shore it up with a little bit of tin foil, and that worked very well. So at some point in the future, I may just cut the connector off and hardwire it, but I don't think it's fine as is. Just have to find a permanent mounting for it. Well, I disassembled this power supply. This is the Panasonic power supply that was for that Omni movie, and unfortunately it does not look like it's going to be a quick fix like I was hoping for. I figured that it was probably the AC input, broken solder or something similar, but I've got 120 coming in through the power cord, and I've also got 120 going into and coming out of the fuse. So clearly the problem is downstream from the fuse, which is pretty typical. The circuit protects the fuse in most cases. But that is still going to be a little problematic to try and fix, because I don't know how far I want to take disassembly of this, because it does not look like it's a lot of fun to do so. You may have also noticed that the floor in here is significantly cleaner than it was. Now, calling it clean would probably be giving it a lot more credit than it really deserves. And there's still a lot of work left to do, but it's a lot better than it was. Side note, I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I put a new base on this fan. It's just made out of some scrap wood. Should be better quality than the stupid plastic base it had before, but anyway. It is, at least somewhat cleared off, and it is possible now to walk in here without stepping on something, so baby steps. I don't often show the floor here anyway, regardless of whether or not it's a mess, because you can see the carpet is just absolutely in terrible shape. If people had listened to me, we would have had it replaced a couple of years ago, but as usual, nobody listens to me. I also ended up getting some new cameras. Now, the listing that I bought these from originally was for 3 cameras. There was a full-size RCA VHS camera, and then 2 of these. These are both Canon 8mm cameras. And when I ended up going to get them, the guy found 2 other cameras. There's a Sanyo Betamovie camera of some description or another that I got to figure out how to test. And then there's this, which is a Panasonic, what is this? Is it an OmniMovie? Yeah, Panasonic OmniMovie. I believe the model was PV520D. This one was actually ready to head out with the garbage. And the interesting thing about that is that of the 4 I've been able to test so far, which is the RCA, these 2 cameras here, and this is the only one that actually seems to work properly. These two are completely dead. They've got capacitor-related issues. The RCA is interesting. I think the belt is broken for the tape basket, but the other problem with it is that it will not stay powered on, and I'm not really entirely sure why it keeps powering itself off. If maybe it thinks it's running out of battery power, or something similar, or maybe there's an electronic problem. But this one, I don't know if the belts are really good in this one either, but it was at least able to play back and deal with a tape. I think all it really needs is to have its heads cleaned, and then it would be working just fine. So maybe there'll be a VHS camera video in the future. I haven't decided yet. Editing process coming along really slowly for video content. So what'll probably end up happening, because there is plenty of stuff that I would like to actually make videos of, is it'll end up being new stuff sprinkled in with the old. Sort of like how it worked last year, except with more than just video logs like this. You know, there'll be actual video content that's new that will make its way in. Because I've got a couple of things, including potentially some stupid driver videos, which is a departure from what I normally do, but, you know, I've been taking cameras with me lately when I've been going out driving and catching some of the morons doing moron things. I have a tape deck up there to fix. 2 tape decks up there to fix, among other things. There's stuff to do. There's a TV over there I need to work on, and other things. So, slow progress, but things are coming along.